Hey, how's it going, everyone? This is Charles with the next Charles Snyder Raw. It's unscripted, unfiltered, unplanned, unedited, and sometimes unintelligible. But it's mostly just what I'm thinking about or dealing with in business and how I'm doing, dealing with the day to day grind of running a business, building a marketing agency. I share some of my fails, share some of my successes, and that's kind of what these videos are. Like I said, I don't go into them with really any kind of plan. I just kind of turn the camera on, make sure the mic's good, and I run with it. So, what am I thinking about today? Well, probably the first thing on top of my mind is I'm kind of upset. Um, I spent about $100 on this ring light and stand for the camera to get, preferably better lighting, but I still get a lot of reflection off of my glasses. So it's not quite what I wanted it to be. So I'm going to have to work on that, play around with it, uh, try and get better angles and stuff. I used to get a lot of, I was, when I'm facing the computer with the screens here that you see, I got a lot of glare from the monitors. So now I got to figure out, pretty much put the camera where it's at and then maybe move the lighting one side or the other or higher so that it's, not at the same angle that the camera is at to catch that glare or at least as much. I got to play with it, see how it works out. Um, the other thing that's on my mind is, it's Wednesday, which is the day after Training Tuesday. So I'm on a bit of a brain fry. Yesterday was, again, a lot of great information. And it's kind of like an ego check too, because in order to learn, you can't be the smartest person in the room, which is a little hard for me to swallow sometimes. It's just my personality. And I'm sure more than a few people watching this are kind of the same way. So if you're also kind of like me, hopefully you also realize in order to learn and to grow, you have to get around people that are smarter than you, that know more, or more successful, and learn from them. So yeah, Tuesdays are always like humbling days for me. And then, as I stated yesterday, there was a lot of great information, stuff that I'm working on to implement in my business, which is why I pay so much money to be a part of these groups, get the education and stuff that I do every year in order to keep growing and staying well ahead of the curve of the vast majority of other marketers out there, much less business owners. Which kind of brings me to my next point. Yesterday, I kind of went off on a bit of a tangent or a little bit of a rant about other marketers. And I think from this point forward, I want to separate myself from them because I'm not your typical marketer. I'm a, Billy, I like the way Billy Jean puts it. He's a customer acquisition specialist. That sounds so much better because marketers are just so full of shit. It's unreal. And it kind of goes back to what I was saying last week or earlier this week. I can't remember which, but where I was talking about you have to be polarizing in order to get people to, you have to stand up for something. Now, I've always believed that in my own personal life. And then I was thinking, well, business, you got to kind of take a step back. You got to be professional, treat people nice, try and provide a good service, and you'll get business. Well, it doesn't work that way. It seems to work better when you take a stand for something in your personal life and it transfers over to your business life. So I've kind of hinted at it before with some of the stuff that I was talking about, but yesterday I really kind of like got some stuff off my chest. Like the vast majority of these ads that I've been seeing out here of these guys, these so-called marketers, they're playing you. They're using a technique that is, like I said, polarizing, and then they're also hitting you with the opposite of what you believe in. In other words, what these guys are doing is they're using like Google research, Facebook, and all this, like some of these biggest these biggest search databases and demographic profiles on the planet. Google knows everything, knows a lot about you, knows everything about your browsing history, the types of websites you've been hitting, the searches you've been doing. And as you do that, it's building a profile. It's profiling. It's profiling all of us. So they're using that information. And again, this is something that a lot of marketers are using. Not all of them, but marketers are using this information to get to you. So in other words, if you are say you're a Hillary Clinton supporter, I am not. So, but anyway, if you're a Hillary Clinton supporter, so what these marketers are doing and what news media is doing is they're feeding you everything they can to get you all worked up over Trump or Bernie Sanders or pretty much anyone that is opposed to Hillary Clinton. Same thing goes for Trump supporters. Same thing goes for the the Bernie Sanders Socialist Club. Doesn't matter who you are being deliberately fed stuff to make you angry, to get an emotional response out of you, to buy their shit, to view their news channel. You are being manipulated. We are all being manipulated day in and day out, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. We are all being manipulated. News media is doing it, and marketers are doing it, which again is why I want to separate myself from these guys that are doing these douchey videos where, they rent a car, an expensive car or something, say, hey, look what I have in my garage. You want to impress me? Show me the point of sales. And even then, I'm not impressed by, a $500,000 car or something like that. I mean, come on, get real. Where you have a motorcycle in your loft apartment, which is your home office. Who does that shit? Who cares? That does nothing to solve your problem with your business, which is why I want to separate myself from the D-bags. That being said, I guess that's kind of polarizing as it is, because if you were a fan of, say like, and I'm not saying they're wrong, I'm not saying what they're doing is, bad. I just want to separate myself from the pack. You got your big names out there like, Gary Vaynerchuk, Frank Kern, Cameron Herold, and all these guys, they're big names. Tony Robbins, huge names that are using these techniques, or they have people in their marketing bullpen doing these things to you, doing it to all of us. So just kind of keep that in mind, that, look at what the marketer is actually promising. Can they actually, fulfill those promises? But anyway, I don't care what those guys do, because they don't change how I run my business. I'm going to tell it to you straight. I'm going to keep it honest, and I'm not going to pull any punches either. I'm not going to be politically correct. I'm not racist. I don't give a shit what your skin color is. If you're an idiot, you're an idiot, and it doesn't matter what color your skin is. So I'm not going to pull punches with you. I'm going to be honest. I'll try it, I'll try and keep things professional, but I'm always going to be honest with you. So as things move along, that honesty isn't going to go away. That's who I am. That's who I've always been. That's who I will always be. Ask Ann. I mean, she calls me stubborn, hard headed, and all that other stuff, which is kind of funny coming from her because she's a little on the stubborn side too. But I love her. She loves me. It's a good match. It's a match made in heaven, I guess. Anyway, I got to get off of here. I'm working on some new stuff for this week, trying to wrap up the free marketing checklist, readiness checklist. Going to get that finished. Like I said, I got some of the video and stuff done. I have most of the funnel put together where this is going to be free. It's not going to cost you anything, and it's going to be a very valuable tool, which I don't have handy to show you again, which I've done in a couple other videos. I'm going to be working on that. And I have a 5 Minutes with Charles video coming up, which I'm going to be working on today. So stay tuned for more stuff. Good stuff. And as always, if you have questions, please ask them. On social media, follow us on Facebook. Become a member of the Marketing Ninja group on Facebook. Follow us on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, all that fun stuff, so you don't miss anything. And if you have an issue or you need assistance with marketing, let us know. We will find you customers. I'm not going to show you a douchey car video. It's just I drive a hoopty. It gets me from point A to point B. That's all I need. I don't need to go buy a $250,000 car just so I can make a video and impress people with material shit. It's not who I am. But anyway, have yourself a great day. It's hump day, and I'm out of here. Love, peace, and chicken grease.